Hi everyone, my name is Diana Matthews and I'm a librarian here at Santa Fe College. In this video I'm going to introduce you to several of the resources available through the library to help you research international business etiquette. First, we're going to start from the library website. If you're unclear about how to get here, our URL is sfcollege.edu/library. You can also go from the main Santa Fe College website. And we are the second icon here under the main banner. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to find books. And we're going to do that through the library catalog. And this is found through the first gray button here, the one that says catalog. The library catalog has books, ebooks, videos, and streaming videos. For this search, instead of doing our one box search, the search that has only one box, I'm going to click this advanced search here, which is going to give us 3 boxes to play with. And in the first box, I'm going to type in the country I'm interested in finding out about. And throughout this video, I'm going to use China as an example. In the second box, you're going to choose one of 2 magic phrases, if you will. The first is business etiquette. This is a search term that is really great for finding out about business etiquette in different areas. The other term, which we'll try in just a minute, is intercultural communication. And that's another one that's going to get you some good results. So under library catalog, I have clicked advanced search, and then in these 3 boxes, I put China in the first box and business etiquette in the second. I don't need anything in the third box. I'm going to leave everything else as it is. And then I'm going to click search. So for my results, there are 31 matching. They're going to be different types of sources. Our first couple are print books. You can see this regular book icon here. So 1, 2, 3. Scrolling down a little bit, we're going to see things that are like an ebook. So number 6 is an ebook, which is a book you can read online. And number 9, is a streaming video, a video you can watch online. So let's take a look at a few of these. I'm going to look at number 8 first, The Chinese Way in Business, The Secrets of Successful Business Dealings in China. So this is a print book. If you click the title, you can find out more about the book. And you can find out the title, author, publication information, etc. Now, if you wanted to get this book, this is part of our Northwest Campus circulating collection. The only library in Santa Fe College right now is the Northwest Campus, which is the big library on the main campus. Our circulating collection is on the 3rd floor, and our call number is how you find the book. Currently, you may place a hold if you would like to have us grab the book for you, and then you can pick it up at the 1st floor desk. When you click place a hold, there is a different type of login you have to do. This is our old login. It is what we used to have to log into all of our resources. And it asks for a borrower ID and PIN. And so it's going to be your Santa Fe ID number as your borrower ID, and then the last 4 digits as your PIN. So if your number was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, your PIN would be 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like I have an extra number there, which will not get me in. Okay, so here we go. I have logged in to the catalog, and all I have to do is request to pick it up at the Northwest Campus, and we will pull that. So I'm going to go ahead and go back now to our results. And let's take a look at an ebook. So let's look at number 10, for instance, Doing Business in China, Getting Ready for the Asian Century. And again, this is an ebook, and that means the entire book can be read online from your house or wherever you are. When we click this, there's going to be information here about the book, a table of contents. So if you wanted to skip to certain areas, you could do that. There is a read online option, and that's where you're going to click if you just want to start reading the book from the beginning. So here is the book, and as you scroll through, the entire full text is located over here. The table of contents is also on the left, again, for you to skip to certain chapters. And there is a way for you to search within the book. So if you wanted to search for etiquette, for instance, you can see different sections here. So this is talking about face, hierarchy, etc. for you to understand. Finally, let's take a look at number 9, which was that streaming video. Just like with the ebook, you can click the link that says click here to view this, in this case, e-video. And I have to mention, to get into both of these, the ebook and the streaming video, it's going to ask you for your Office 365 login, and that's how you access e-resources. I forgot to mention it because I'm already logged in, so it just took me straight in, and I didn't think about it. But if you click that and you get your Office 365 login, you're just going to log in like you were logging in to your Santa Fe email, Canvas, however you do that. So here is this streaming video. It is a 27-minute video about business culture in China. What's nice about this is it does let you skip to certain segments. If you wanted to skip specifically to business attire or the negotiation process, you could click that there. You are also able to turn on closed captions, and there is a transcript as well. And the entire video can be watched right here. So the nice thing about the streaming videos and ebooks is you don't have to come into the library to watch or read them. You are able to get to them from home. Let's now try, instead of business etiquette, let's try intercultural communication. This is the other term that you might want to use. This one is a little bit broader. It's not necessarily going to be specifically business communication, but it will include business aspects as well as understanding about communication in a country in general. Now, some of these you're going to see, for instance, number 3, access to Asia. Not every single book or resource is going to be specific to one country. It might be for a region, and that's okay. So understanding that China is in Asia, there might be books about Asian business or business etiquette with Asian countries that will have information about China in it. Or, in certain regions like the Middle East, there might be some commonalities across a lot of countries. And so knowing that this can be useful to you to maybe instead of China, or China's a pretty big country, so and it's a big part of business today. But if you have a smaller country, you might, if you're not finding anything, you might want to search for the region that it's in. And so just like before, we're going to see different types of resources, books, ebooks, may or may not have any streaming videos depending. Now, one place that you can find more books, going back to the library website, if you go to the guides button, this is the 3rd button here. If you open up the subject guides area, this is the last little kind of accordion area, this last group. And if you scroll down, there is an international business etiquette guide. And this is going to list some of the resources that can help you, including a few databases, which is what we're going to go to next. But if you scroll down to the suggested book titles, these are going to be more general titles typically. So you can see here that there's multiple countries, so like countries, people, and cultures, the art of doing business across cultures, do's and taboos around the world. So these are things that maybe are going to have a chapter on certain countries, and they're very, very general. Like this one here has 95 different countries in it. And then after that, we're going to see things that are a little bit more regional. So again, if you have a smaller country in the Middle East or Africa, one of these books might help you. Here's some things for Asia, Europe, Latin America. So this could help, but these are going to be more general. So going to the library catalog is still going to be your best bet if you want to find things specifically about a country. All right, and then the last thing we're going to look at are 2 different databases, library databases, that are going to be helpful for you. And so the databases are accessed by clicking the 2nd gray button. The first one we're going to go to is called A to Z, the World. And this is listed under the first recommended databases on the left. It's also currently the 2nd one listed in this full A to Z list, although it might change a little bit if we get a new database that is comes earlier in the alphabet. A to Z the world. And again, if you're not already logged in, this is where you log in with your Office 365 account. So this is a very useful database for researching countries. That's basically all it is. You pick a country and you learn all about it. If you are really good with geography and you can click your country, you can do that. You can see here that China is a little bit easier to find because it is pretty big and I know generally where it is. But you can also find all of the countries A to Z here on the right. So I can find China here. So on this page here, it's going to start with the country overview information here. This could be useful because it's going to talk about people and culture in general, history, climate, economy, the government, very high level information about the country. What's going to be most useful though is this business section over here on the left. So you can click business and then there's lots of little mini things for you to click on. The business experience is one of them. There's also decision making, meeting, negotiating, entertaining, attire, businesswomen, and business hours. And some of these might be a little different based on your country. There may be more or less. On this page here, this is the business experience, and you're going to see there's a section on business style, relationship building, general etiquette. If we go to meetings, for instance, information about how to prepare, useful expressions, scheduling, the attire to wear, meeting protocol. This one's interesting. Entering the meeting room, hierarchy, introductions, forms of address, how to give out your business card, body language, meeting starters, a lot of stuff here. Conducting the meeting, decision making, gifts and splitting the bill, and then follow up. A lot of great information here. This database will help you cite it. There is on the link the cite this document, and there is APA here. It's not 100% correct. You'll notice that it gives the author as World Trade Press. And a lot of times if you scroll to the bottom, let's see, this one doesn't have one, but on the business experience, there is a writer that was listed. I saw that. I'm just going to go back to that one. So writer Carrie Mean. So I think poor Carrie deserves to get credit here because she's the one who wrote it. So you'd want to fix that a little bit. So even though there's different pages here, this counts as one source. So this would be one source for your assignment. This is a very, it's limited in a way database. This is basically all it is. You pick a country and you find out all about it. A lot of good information, but it's pretty simple to use, which is nice. The last one we're going to look at is one other database, and this one is called Business Source Complete, and it's not listed on the recommended databases, not because it's not a good database, but because there's only so many that we can recommend as sort of our top. And kind of the easiest way to get there, you can either scroll down or you can click this B to go ahead and pop down and click Business Source Complete. Okay, so this might be familiar with you. This is a EBSCO database. It's very similar to Academic Search Complete. And I think you maybe have had some experience in this database. If you haven't, just like with the Advanced Search in the Library Catalog, there are these 3 boxes to type things in. And we're going to use the exact same search strategies that we did before. We're going to put China, and then we'll try one of our magic terms, business etiquette first. Oops, definitely have to spell that right. And then click search. We don't need to limit to peer-reviewed journals here because there are quite a few what's called trade publications that are going to have good information. Trade publications, they're a little bit more like magazines, but they're published for experts in the field, but without being like heavy-duty research. And so it's still going to have some good information. With China and business etiquette, there are 40 results here. Some of these are still these academic journals. The ones that are going to be probably a little bit easier to read are going to be the ones that are periodicals, like Impress Your Chinese Boss or The Chinese Negotiation. There are going to be full text links here. I'm going to click the HTML full text first. This is just a typed out version of the article. can see that here. That sometimes means that photos are left out, though. You can see here that there was a color photo. Scrolling up, you can see if there was a different option. It's going to be listed in this upper left, so I can click straight here for the PDF full text without having to go back to the results list. And this one's going to be a scan of the article, so you can see it does include this color photo, which is pretty neat, actually. So short and sweet, but some good information. On the right, if you click this gold paper icon, this is the cite icon, and if you scroll down just a little bit, there will be an APA citation. The one part that usually needs fixing is the capitalization. So for APA, you only capitalize the first word, so impress in this case. The first word of a subtitle, which comes after a colon, and this one does not have a subtitle. And then any proper nouns, so Chinese. So that means that your and boss would need to be lowercase. Just like with our other, our library catalog, we can also do the intercultural communication. And you can also use the strategy of, instead of China, doing the region or the continent. So in this one, I think business etiquette is probably going to be more useful, but if you're not finding enough, you can definitely use the intercultural communication. Okay, so those are several different resources to help you out. The library catalog for you to search for books, ebooks, and videos. There was that list of books that you could reference for kind of more general business etiquette. E to Z the World, which is going to give you very in-depth information on specific countries, and the Business Source Complete, which is going to give you a lot of different types of articles. Between those different resources, I think you're going to have plenty of information to work on your assignment. But if you do find yourself, just a little bit, you just haven't found enough and you have some questions, still feel free to contact me. I'm going to put my contact information in this video right at the end. Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful day, and please reach out if you have any questions.